Hi, I'm Paul Battaglia, and this is section 10.3, ellipses. At the beginning of this section, you might want to just go over some vocabulary with your students, things such as what a major axis and a minor axis is, as well as obviously showing a visual of what an ellipse is. I'm joined by Gabe and Brittany, and Gabe, I guess a good place for us to start is to talk about the equations here.
Sure. So after going through the definitions and maybe even the construction of an ellipse, we really want to get to, well, the heart of the content. So talking about the equations.
Okay.
So what I like to do is I like to compare and contrast maybe the equations from a circle to that of an ellipse.
That makes sense.
So they're looking at the equations and they might say, well, these look pretty similar.
Yep.
Well, that's because they are pretty similar. Really, the only difference is now we're looking at an ellipse, so we have maybe an idea of horizontal stretching or shrinking and vertical stretching or shrinking.
Okay. And then we also have this kind of odd term that they'll also see, Brittany, that is a kind of a mouthful. So tell them a little bit what they want to show students there.
So they're going to see this word eccentricity.
Right.
So what is that? All right. So it just describes the ovalness of the ellipse. So the closer to 1 it is, the more oval, the more stretched out it is.
Okay.
And the closer to 0 it is, the closer it looks to being a circle.
And I think it's important that students understand the orientation of the ellipse as well. So when they're looking at that ovalness, it could be very wide or it could be very tall, so to speak. I actually like to tell my students, look for the pattern in the denominators, because the bigger the denominator that you have, or the bigger denominator will actually help you to draw your major axis, whereas the smaller denominator will help you to draw your minor axis. I hope these tips have been helpful for you, and that you find much success in section 10.3.